welcome back. Today we are going to be making a delicious coconut cake. This recipe was inspired by my friend in Cyprus who taught me many years ago how to make this amazing cake. It's very simple and it's lovely to have anytime. Again, it's another cake that I choose to serve when we do our open days at the gardens, and I hope you'll make it along with me and enjoy. So, to start off with, you'll need to preheat your oven to 180 convection, 160 fan, or gas mark 4, or if like me you have an Aga which is already heated, it'll be in the middle shelf of the Aga. And we start off very simply by 5 eggs, and we'll lightly beat them just to loosen them up slightly, and we will pour them into our bowl. This is another recipe that doesn't call for a mixer or even a whisk, just a simple spoon will do. Once you've thrown in your 5 eggs in there, the next thing you will add to that is you will add a half a cup of castor sugar. In goes the castor sugar. Now we will just mix to incorporate the sugar with the eggs. Next into that we will add a half cup of vegetable oil, and inside that I have put 2 drops of vanilla essence, and you can see in there that I put some vanilla essence, and that will go in. So now we have all our wet ingredients in the bowl. We will start adding our dry ingredients, and to that we will add 1 cup of desiccated coconut. Oh, there's some left in the bowl. Get that out. Okay. And again, once we've incorporated the coconut, we will then add 1.5 cups of self-raising flour. At this stage, once you've incorporated everything, the flour stage shouldn't be mixed too much, because again, you will end up toughening the cake. It will be a tougher texture if you overbeat the mixture. That's why I like to do it by hand. So in here, we'll put our 1.5 cups of self-raising flour and our 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and that needs to be sieved. So we will sieve our teaspoon of baking powder into our flour. Okay, and then we will just literally fold that in until it's all incorporated into a nice batter. Don't be tempted at this stage to get the mixer out. You don't need to. It literally will come together in a matter of minutes. And once you've incorporated all your flour so you don't see any dry lumps, we will then pop this into our prepared baking tin. Again, you can use a round tin, you can use a square tin. I like to use, for the ease of slicing and serving, a 2-pound loaf tin. And I've literally just lined it with a simple piece of strip of greaseproof paper. It just helps to remove it from the tin later. This coconut cake, if you like coconut, and I do, and Chris's favourite chocolate bar is a Bounty bar, he too loves coconut, so you will absolutely love this cake. In fact, I don't know anybody I've served this cake to that doesn't like it. Okay, be sure to leave a little bit for whoever's doing the washing up so they can lick the bowl. It's not going to be me today. It'll be Chris, I'm sure. Or maybe Scooter. He'll get to lick the bowl. Okay. So now we have it in our tin. We will literally just level it off ever so slightly, just so it's not peaked up in the middle. Just very roughly level it off. like so, and you can see that delicious, gorgeous yellow mixture. And the reason for it being so yellow is because I use fresh free-range eggs which come from my friend up the road. She has lots of chickens. Okay, that's ready now, and we will pop that into the aga, and that will take between 30 and 35 minutes too. Okay, so the cake is done, the timer has gone off, so we will take the cake out of the aga, and the smell of coconut is just amazing. And there we have our coconut cake. We've just sat it on a cooling rack, so the hot surface is not sitting on the table. The most important part of this process for this cake now is that we get cold syrup on a hot cake. So we must do it straight away as soon as it comes out of the oven. Traditionally in Cyprus, this coconut cake would have a syrup made of water, sugar, cinnamon and clove, and a little dash of rose water. I find that syrup delicious but very, very sweet, and a lot of people find it very sweet. So the coconut cake ends up swimming in a stock syrup. So I have devised a different syrup which consists of condensed milk, 200 milliliters of condensed milk, and 200 milliliters of normal full fat milk. And we put that into a jug and we use our whisk just to combine the two together. If you use the condensed milk on its own, it would be far too thick. It wouldn't end up entering or soaking into the cake. That's why I dilute it down with milk. You can use cream, but I feel there's enough calories in this cake without having cream as well. So once you've incorporated the condensed milk and the milk together, the next stage is we need to obviously check the cake is cooked. And to do that, we'll insert a wooden skewer or a metal skewer into the middle of the cake, the center, and if it comes out clean, it's cooked. Then we will use the same skewer and we will prick the cake all over with the same skewer. I don't know if you can see this in the video, but the steam is escaping from the cake because it is literally just out of the oven as I'm skewering it. Make sure to put lots and lots and lots of holes, because this is how the syrup will enter and make this delicious coconut cake beautifully moist, which is the part that everybody is really intrigued about once they bite into it. They think, how did you get it so moist? Wouldn't normally tell everybody, but the secret's out. So, literally as many holes without obviously sabotaging the whole cake. At this stage you'll still leave the greaseproof paper in the tin. That won't be removed until the cake is completely cooled. Don't be shy to put that many holes, because like I said, that's what's going to allow the syrup to soak inside the sponge. And once you've done the desired amount of holes, however many you can fit on the surface without, like I said, breaking the hole or smashing the cake up. And don't worry about the holes, they won't be seen because we will be covering it with desiccated coconut. After all, it is coconut cake. Okay, I think that should suffice. Now, you just get a normal dessert spoon, and starting at one end, you just literally dribble your syrup over the top, letting it go down into those little holes. A lot of it will flow off to the sides, which doesn't matter because the hot cake will absorb the syrup. That's why it's very important to use a hot cake with a cold syrup, or otherwise it's a cold cake with a hot syrup. But I won't confuse you. This is a hot cake with a cold syrup. And you just keep feeding that through, trying to go over those little holes in the center of the cake where the cake is the most deep, so that you can assure that you've got lots of nice moisture trickling right down through the center of that delicious coconut cake. And oh my god, if you could just smell. I'm surprised Scooter is sleeping at this stage. Now, you may think that this is a lot of syrup for this one cake, and it does appear to be a lot of syrup, and I may not use it all, but sometimes I do that and then afterwards I regret it because I think, oh, there was little slight areas where it could have done with being slightly more moist. So you can take your time with this bit. I am doing it slightly faster for the purpose of the video, so as not to bore you, but you can take your time Isn't that right, Scoots? Okay, so that's now all of the syrup used up. And you'll be able to see what the cake has absorbed, literally all of that syrup. Okay, and now for the very last stage, which is obviously your coconut, because it is a coconut cake. And once you still have that little glistening of the syrup on the top of the cake, this is where you will spread your desiccated coconut. There is no measurement for this, it is exactly how much you like. And like I said, we like coconut, so we will put plenty of coconut. That will more or less stick most of it to the top of the cake because the cake is now nice and moist with the syrup that has been added. Okay, and there we have our Greek-inspired, delicious, moist coconut cake. And we will be testing it out, myself, Chris and Scooter, a little later, when it's completely cool. Don't take it out of the tin now, wait till it's completely cold, and then just turn it over on a plate and flip it back over on its side once you've taken the paper off. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Now it's time for us to tuck into this beautiful, moist coconut cake, all washed down with a lovely hot cup of tea. So hopefully we'll see you very soon. But for now, bye from us, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button.
Bye. See you soon.
Scooter sitting on his throne at court, waiting for his session to start. Definitely king of his castle.